Hey, so I thought it would be kinda, sorta, maybe, possibly entertaining to see me talk about politics. Probably not. But I want to kind of talk about cultural, politics for a second, because, and listen, if you disagree with me, that's fine. I highly disagree on this topic, but if you disagree with me, that's fine. Totally fine. You know what I mean? I care more about, I said it before, but I care more about what someone acts like rather than, you know, their moral beliefs. Even if their moral beliefs are evil. You know what I mean? Which yeah. But, so I want to talk today about critical race theory and really just the whole left-wing idea of race in general. Not that no one else is saying this, not at all. It's just that I feel like, you know, it'd be good to hear a little bit more normal people just say it. Because it kind of feels like you have to be some kind of big right-wing talker or agreeer or whatever, or libertine. You know, there's a few libertines or liberalists or whatever they're called, who say this kind of stuff. But I thought it was just good to hear a normal person say this. But critical race theory sucks ass. It sucks ass. Like, I'm just gonna put this video in the most simplest way possible, but it is making racism so much worse in America. It's making other races hate each other. It's making all those things just so much worse. Because, like, when you talk about race, you make everyone more racist. You make everyone more angry and agitated. And think about it like this, right? If you get bit by a bug and there's a whelp on you, do you let it heal? Or do you let it keep itching at it until you make a scab, and then you open it up again with your fingers and you let it bleed all over the place? That's what America does with race. You shouldn't do it. People need to come together and understand that race is shit. We're all Americans. Like, seriously, race is nothing. Like, there are certain disadvantages and advantages races have. You know, like, some races can tolerate certain kinds of weather better, or, like, some races have, you know, a better earwax, no joke, or have longer penises, or they can run faster, or they can eat certain kinds of foods other races can't. You know, I believe that actually Koreans can't drink alcohol very well. You know, I mean, there's certain things that other races aren't very good at, but that doesn't really matter that much. Like, seriously, how often do your disadvantages or advantages as a certain race, like, come into your daily life? Not that much at all. So like, what I'm trying to say is race is fucking stupid. Like, if you live in a society where brunettes and blondes are treated completely differently, it's the exact same fucking thing. People need to get through their heads that race is bullshit. Like, I'm really tired of people comparing race to gender when it comes to issues. Like, there is an actual real-world difference between a man and a woman. A big one. There's not a difference between a black man and a white man. If you raised a black man in the most whitest area possible, only around white people, he'd be just like every other white person, unless, of course, they discriminated him or treated him differently. But everyone treated him like a white man, he acted like a white man, and he's only around white people, he'd be fucking white. If you took a white person and you put Superman thing, and you put him with, like, a whole community of black people, and he lived around black people, he grew up around black people, he only ever knew black people, unless they treated him, you know, with discrimination, he'd be basically a fucking black person. You know what I mean? Like, it's only a physical difference, you know? So it's ridiculous that people act like race is physical. It's like people, like, say it's physical, but they don't mean it's physical. No, it's fucking physical. That's it. It's physical. So, like, when you act like, and it really gets me is the whole racism about it. Like, people act like certain races are more evil or worse than others. So fucking bigoted. Like, seriously, people really genuinely think that white people have caused half the, like, problem in the world. Honey. Everyone sucks in history. You're all the assholes. You're all the assholes. But anyway. So, like, stop that. It's so racist, and it kind of hurts my heart, not gonna lie. Cause, like, I'll say, especially I hate forced diversity in media. I hate that shit. Like, I mean, I'm an artist, I make stories, and I hate that shit. Like, legitimately, when I was a little kid, I didn't give a rat's ass what someone's race was on TV. Like, I think, like, I had, like, DVD set of, Nickelodeon cartoons. Maybe they weren't Nickelodeon. Yeah, they're Nickelodeon. And, like, my favorite episode, that was, like, Little Bill. I didn't give a shit, you know? I literally didn't think about it. Like, ever. Like, I never lived around any more remote source of diverse people. Everyone I know is white. But, like, I never thought about it, you know? Nowadays, when I see, like, a certain amount of not white people, yeah, it's like, oh, there we go again, the liberal stuff. And, you know, that's kind of shitty. Like, the second you see a person who looks a certain way, you think, oh, gotta be those darn politics. You know what I mean? That sports diversity is shit. You make people weird and racist and gross, and it's just weird. Like, I'm not saying I'm racist, but I'm saying that, like, I'm fucking tired of, like, seeing certain kinds of people on my screen, because, like, it's bigoted to say that there needs to be a certain amount of people on a screen. Because when you say that, you're not saying we like these other kinds of people, you're saying we want less white people. That's fucking bigoted. I don't want to see that, like, in Bollywood. I don't want them to hire less Indian, like, native, like, actors. Fuck that. No. Get the people that should have the job. It's embarrassing and evil and racist. Like, racism is just another form of evil. So, like, when you act like this, so yeah, critical race theory, especially taught in school, is bullshit. The leftist idea of race is bullshit. It's all racist bullshit. We should have stopped talking about the shit in, like, the 70s, you know? I mean, I'm not saying there wasn't any kind of racism in America towards anyone in the 70s or beyond, or hell, maybe even to this day some places. I don't really know where. I mean, it isn't directed towards white people, but, you know, but that being said, though, even if there was a little bit of racism, like, in the 70s, there was racism. There was racism. More racism than nowadays, but I don't even think people should be fucking talking about it, you know, because the shit was getting better. I mean, a lot of people kind of forget about this, because, you know, they got an idea about how racism went in America. It wasn't fucking activism that made racism better in America. It helped, probably, maybe it's hard to tell now, but back in the day, what really helped racism was the fact that, okay, let's say you're white, and you're raised by white people who hated, not even hated, just, like, didn't like black people. Like, that's a classic example. If your coworker or someone you grew up near or just someone eventually you got to know was black, you wouldn't even really think about it anymore. Like, it's like they act like black people were all just poor little sad people throughout most of history, and sometimes they were, but just because you were discriminated against in history doesn't mean, like, you know, people act like black people just innocent little victims throughout, like, since the moment they weren't slaves anymore. No. Like, they were just like anyone else. The difference is, though, that they weren't accepted by the culture that much. You know what I mean? So it really ended, well, not ended, we still got today, but, like, it really helped racism in America with just people knowing each other. And also Christianity, you know, that kind of really pushed forward, made people understand things more. But, you know, racism is bullshit. Critical race theory is mega bullshit. It's all racist bullshit. Know the people you know in life, and don't think of them as a certain race. You know how liberals say don't be colorblind. Colorblind is a kind of racism. Fuck that. Anti-racism is a thing. Be colorblind. Goodbye.